We just had another fun moment we're going to document because this is the third time somebody has knocked on this door, and I've told them exactly what happened. The man whose mortgage this is, whose house this is, human trafficked me and my wife here, talked us into bringing my kids here. We're all disabled adults, all autistic adults. He was well aware of my meltdowns, and I was too close to, I thought he was a friend, so he got all the information about things that would trigger me, and he psychologically tortured us for a year. Made it nearly impossible to get my stuff here. Right, like I finally followed through with getting my stuff the day after, or 2 days after he did a police escalation. Yes, that's right. He swatted his own house, uh, in hopes that it would get me killed and my wife would be trapped here to take care of him. So I tell this to the person who was just here hanging something on the door for the mortgage owner to call the mortgage company. Uh, I'm like, he's not here. He hasn't been here since August, and I explained all of this. Okay, thank you. I can't tell them that. I just have to tell them that I hung the thing on the door. Like I said, I've emailed the governor of the state. I've emailed the lieutenant governor. They just forward my emails to like housing. Like, here's some links to help you find a house. Like, I don't have a house because I can't move. I don't know who I can trust around me. Everybody acts like it's okay that this thing has happened or whatever. I don't know what's going on, right? So I don't know. I'm losing my mind, right? Because technically, it's not my house. It's not my mortgage. I cannot call the mortgage company. So I just got to wait until the sheriff shows up to kick my family out, assuming that the sheriff's going to assume that it's him, that it's Travis. And then I got to tell the sheriff the whole story, which they're going to have to then talk to the police department, who was actually the ones, that sent the 8 cars and 12 police officers here lining the streets that day. Scared the fuck out of me, man. And that wouldn't have happened if Travis hadn't tried to assault my wife earlier that morning when I wasn't home, and then laugh about it when I addressed it. Like I wasn't. I assumed that I had assumed wrongly that my wife was just misinterpreting things. But when he responded with laughter and the evil things that he said, um, I think he really tried to attack my wife. I believed her anyways. I just thought maybe she misperceived. But no, I think that he 100% tried to attack her, just like he attacked his wife and got his registered criminal charges for. I don't understand humans. This is why I lost the contract for with Optimize. I was working for a company that I was building a entertainment management system for Carnival UK cruises. And Optimize got pissed off that my emotions bled over after, the police escalation. And they stopped paying me. And then they put another person on the case with me. And I told him, I was like, the client, the manager and the other developer, I'm like, look, they're getting ready to get rid of me. I'm telling you, this is what happens. I've been through this countless times. You can't pretend with me like that. Come on. And so I knew that that was happening, and I felt the end client deserved to understand that I wasn't incompetent, but they put me in a position that I had to make a decision, that I had to stand up for myself, that they weren't getting the work completed by me. Someone else would have to come in and complete it because I was not being paid and I wouldn't work for free. So I was fired for that. And, we've been here since August trying to get out of this house. But maybe we were practically saved by the world, right? Because we don't have a home to lose right now. So anything will be better. Uh, we got to find goodness in the world, right? We've still got the dog. We've got the cats. For what it's worth, my wife and I are still together, even if we're struggling to 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 stay strong because of the weight of the stresses and everything. I don't know. But I'm very just, how can people hear me tell them exactly what's going on and be like, yeah, thanks, man. I can't share that information with anybody. Isn't that what's going on with the Epstein files? Not to compare my life to that because it's nothing like that. Although, hmm, I've been through some of that shit. Anyways, we're gonna uh, we're gonna hope that what this notice on the door, hanging on the door, means is that the court papers have been filed, and I'm, at least a step closer to speaking to a judge that can help. Because right now it seems like everybody else doesn't, no one is in a position to help, like not financially, not authoritarianly. Nobody seems to have jurisdiction over human life except for the president of the United States, which is kind of frustrating to me because he seems to not give a fuck about anybody. Um, I could be wrong about that. Like, don't quote me, right? This is just my perspective. I'm just one human being sitting here crying out to the world, look at me, look at me. This is real tragedy, but look, this isn't Gaza. This is four human beings in one house. That shit's, so I don't feel sorry for me. We can't help children and women that are in schools and hospitals. How the hell do I expect you to want to find effort for me? Like, I'm a Marine Corps veteran. I should be able to pull up my bootstraps and get through the fact that my spine's in pieces and my neurological system has collapsed. It's my fault that my brain isn't working. I should have figured out I was autistic when I was a child so I could have communicated better and more clearly to my parents instead of just learning a bunch of words and hyperverbalizing everything so that I hope I can create a single metaphor that might strike some resemblance of communication with another human being. This is existence for a lot of people. This is not just me, so don't feel sorry. Do not want any advice. I don't need advice at all. What I need is something I've never wanted, which is money. And I freaking hate that. I need wealth so that I can provide for my kids and my wife a safe, secure home, a roof that can't be taken away, electricity bills that can't be shut off, water that runs through the faucet, a house that's not wired to spy on us and be sold on the dark web as a joke because we are. It's, look, the dude thought he was going to get a porn show from me and my wife, and what he got was two disabled people who could barely hold their head up, and then he just started poking at everything and trying to make everything fall apart. And he weighed on my patience quicker than any other human being ever has. And that whether it was intentional or not, that's a fact. But I learned a lot. So as much as it sucks, my capacity for learning keeps growing and my skull doesn't grow, which is what's helped me understand how to program for AI long before people were trying to program for AI. I love myself and I love my life. I love my children. I love my wife. I love my cats, my dog. I just can't stand this reality that I live in somebody's house that abused me and trapped me here. I have no control over what happens next. I don't have support of a community. I don't have support of parents. I don't have support of even the Veterans Association because I was kicked out of the Marines for my suicidal ideations, which were a result of not knowing I was autistic and I had complex trauma, and I still have all of those things.